Hello and welcome to another LEGO Bootleg review. Today is Star Wars by XINH. This is their numbers 195 to 202. So these boxes have the same top. If you get all 8 of these, you'll be able to build this mini kit Wookiee plane. You have the First Order crew. One side here shows the actual figure, and the other side shows the instructions on how to assemble it. And on the back of the other figures in the set, as well as another image of the figure of this set. We have Chewie, Finn, Rey, old Han Solo, the mercenary guy that tried to hunt Han Solo, Poe Dameron, and TIE fighter pilot. Here's a quick look at one side, the other side, and of course the back. If you want to take a close look at the box art, photo shoot of the inserts as well as the figures, please feel free to head over to the Flickr link in the video description below. Speaking of inserts, all of them have a similar insert, just telling you how to do the character. Those parts are different, but the rest of it is the same. You have the basic instruction how to build this little Wookiee machine thingy, and on the backs are the same for all of them. So the front, the only difference is just the first 2 images there. I'm all for, you know, having this kind of design in their minifigure packs, that you get all the figures, you can build one thing that's actually useful, instead of getting random pieces, random stages that don't really do anything at all, or just cards that still use the Ninjago style from a few years ago. I don't think anyone really plays them, and they always mess up the bootleg ones anyway, so it's not quite right. You can't quite play Ninjago games with the bootleg ones because, like I said, the cards are all weird and stuff. So I don't care about those. So it's actually a good thing that more sets, Xing Yuan's been doing it, this guy's doing it, XINH is doing it, that you have a little mini build that you can get out of, you know, all of the other figures. Except it's kind of crap here. First of all, it's a micro kit, mini kit. You can put a figure in there and it kind of looks like a cheapy sort of deformed mini thing, like a Bombat Racer. But, so that's okay, not the best, at least it's one thing. I can't help but feel like I'm getting less pieces than the other bootlegs though. However, one thing really kills this is, for the most part the clutch is okay, except for this hinge piece right there. You see everything just fell off, so if you don't glue that down, it's completely useless. So this thing sucks, because it's not that great of a piece, and these pieces are completely useless. So, well done, XINH. It's, you're almost there. Just take that step further. Let's start off with Rey, since she is the main character. XINH block series, building villain world. Sure. The hip piece has a little bump in it, so the legs don't just slide out. And this is what it looks like here. The clutch on this is pretty good. This is inside the body, very similar to actual Lego, the little X cross going on there. Put that down. And the arms have a standard peg instead of a C circular shape for the torso. Let me just remove that mask. Now it does not come with any hair pieces or anything, so you're gonna have to give it some hair if you don't use that desert mask. So there she is, and the printing is actually pretty good here. For the most part, you know, even hip there, it's joined up to the torso pretty well. The colors are okay. I think the skin color is a little bit off on the neckline, but that's fine, just a little bit. The face is actually printed quite decently too, and the leg prints as well. Leg prints are pretty satisfactory. So they even printed the middle bit of the leg. And she does have a secondary face, and the secondary face is printed a little bit off. It's a little bit too high for what the figure is, for where the face is, so it looks odd and bad, so that sucks. I'm guessing this is like a quality control thing. I don't think all figures have the face printed there. Maybe other ones have printed slightly lower. And on the back, but the back torso is printed quite well as well. Putting the mask back on. Ooh. The clutch isn't too hard. You do have to pull the mask off on an angle just to make sure the head doesn't pop up with it, but it isn't too hard, too bad, and it is printed okay as well, so kudos. Next here we have Finn, who again is actually printed okay, aside from the silver on the torso and the white on his mouth being slightly off-centered just a little bit. It's fixable just if you have like a Gundam marker pen or something, and his hair looks a bit weird. I don't think that's the same hair in the actual sets. Might be. Again, overall his clutch is okay. He's got a little blaster, and on the back there, yeah, a bit boring, but the face is again printed slightly higher. So on that note, maybe all back faces are printed slightly higher than they should be, and that's bad. Next here we have Han Solo. His paint is a little bit off. I see a little bit of his white shirt didn't quite dry correctly, so there's a bit of dots on there. You can say his shirt's a bit dirty or something. Face print is okay, correct hair, and the leg print also is a little bit messed up on the silver joints in the middle there, and the little grey area. It's got a little blaster. And his back head is also printed slightly higher, but not as high as the other two, so this one is acceptable. We'll put the hair on there. Yeah, not too bad. Next we have Chewbacca here, who is printed okay except for the eyes, and ruins the entire figure because the eyes are printed off center, so it looks like he's looking to the corner, top right corner of his vision, saying, what's that over there, what's that up there? Or he's always thinking. His mouth, teeth is also printed slightly on an angle. Leg prints are okay though, and the rest of the silver paint there is okay. His Wookiee bowcaster is cast in sort of metallic, silver metallic plastic, so you can scratch that all you want. It's going to be silver metallic inside, and they even bothered to paint the back of his ammo pack. What I will say, this is a general complaint in terms of Wookiee stuff overall, is Wookiees still can't turn their heads after all this time, official Lego or bootlegs. Almost feels like it would be better if the Wookiee fur was either printed and you have a head with a bit of beard hair sticking out, or a Wookiee is made out of an armor piece that looks like the chest piece here, and then just cut that up from the head so the head can actually turn. So that's a general complaint in Wookiees overall in brick toys. Next here we have Poe Dameron, who has tired face on both sides. Super tired for some reason, and yeah, his print is okay too. Just again slightly off-center on the grey there, which is really annoying. There's always little bits, and the details seem a bit blurred. His figure just seems a bit blurred, like there's less details going on. Don't like that too much. And there's a quick look at the back again, and the white again isn't printed too well. It's just, you know, lots of dots and holes where it didn't quite dry properly, and the back of the face looks just awful. That face looks awful. The front looks okay, but again very tired, and I'm pretty sure that this face is wrong. On the upside, the helmet's really nice. It's actually molded in two pieces of plastic, so it actually has transparent visor going on, and the side and little details printed on here are actually very sharp. The colors all seem correct as well, so that's pretty cool. They got the helmet spot on, so why does the figure look kind of rubbish compared to all the other ones? This is probably the worst one so far out of all the ones we've looked at, which is a shame because it's a cool character. And this one has a cool helmet. It's got a wrench, so that's cool, I guess. Next up we have one of the bad guys. He has an old-fashioned pistol, which is correct, sort of, for the most part. And his print, the silver is all over the place on this one, so bad. And his face just looks a bit odd, like they didn't quite print it correctly. Back face is too high again, and the back print is very blurry. He does come with his hairpiece, which isn't too tight, so that's good. So. Got some First Order officer here. The print is so simple that they really couldn't mess this up, so it looks fine. It's just some grey lines and stuff. He does not have a back face print, but does have a front one where he looks pissed off like he should. So it's actually kind of funny face. Funny. And by the way, all of these heads are a bit more square than the official Lego heads, if you haven't noticed yet. But yeah, he looks okay because he's just too simple to mess up. So finally, we have the TIE Fighter pilot. Now, what I like about this is this piece here, this sort of like breathing tube, is actually molded with the helmet. A lot of the bootlegs have this as a separate piece that you got to plug in, and the problem with that is bootlegs have bad clutch or bad plastic, or plastic just isn't as good as official Lego, so this piece keeps falling off. So what they've done here is permanently molded this into the helmet, which is good for me, because I have no reason to take this off anyway. And I imagine that Lego there's like a separate piece to allow the helmet to move a bit more, and they've also cut this one a bit more so that it doesn't quite hit the torso on the side, which is kind of bad, but on the front it looks okay. Just on the side you can see it's not actually hitting the torso. Right, there's a bit of a gap, but at least that means the helmet can move quite easily, so it's okay. Helmet is printed okay, decently, not too bad. I've got the standard clone trooper, stormtrooper face inside, which is so boring and lame, I don't want to see it. No back face print. The back print, even though it's so simple, it actually messed up. Lots of grey marks and smudges everywhere. What's going on in my voice? Excuse me. And yeah, the front is all just grey lines and stuff, and overall looks okay for stand-in and stuff, but Can't help but feel like, again, the lines are a bit too thick for their own good. If the lines were thinner, this would look a little bit better. But as is right now, it isn't too bad, but it isn't great either. So there you have it. If you don't mind gluing this piece down, you might enjoy if you like mini kits and stuff. I think that piece is kind of boring, kind of lame, so I don't like it at all. So I'm going to ignore that and just comment about the figures. So far, with all the bootleg releases out right now, Lee-Pin's doing all the big boxes and stuff, and I think Deku, is Deku doing any? I think it might be. But so far, for the most part, it is Lee-Pin, and the figures in Lee-Pin are terrible. They're disgusting, and you know, plus the rumors of getting itchy skin from it. Again, can't confirm that because it's not happening to me. My hands do feel a little bit greasy and stuff by the end of it for the molding process, the oil used to get the plastic out of the mold. So could be that. Could be using a really cheap oil. It's causing some irritation to some people. But anyway, the point is, if you get some Lee-Pin stuff, definitely put that in a bucket of soap and drying it before building it. You know, some warm soap, not hot or anything. And if you do get those sets, I think this is a good way to get figures to replace the figures in those sets, because the figures in there are terrible, just not worth a damn at all compared to anything else out there. So get up yourself a pack of these, replace the figures from those sets, whether it be the Millennium Falcon, X-Wings and whatnot, and you have much better time. And the figures here, for the price they're going for, they're not too bad. As always, all of these bootlegs have the same price. 8 figures cost 50 Hong Kong dollars in the streets. A little bit cheaper if you get them from online sources, of course. And the 6 figure packs cost like 40. So for 50 Hong Kong dollars, you can get all of these 8 figures plus a crappy mini kit if you like that. And these figures, for the most part, are okay stand-ins. Most importantly, they don't fall apart, and the clutch is just pretty decent. You don't get a lot of accessories, any fancy things, but I think that's fine overall. I mean, honestly, we get these packs just for the figures. We don't need a lot of other stuff. It would be nice if Rey does have a hairpiece, but that's easily replaceable, so I think that's fine. So overall, I do recommend this set if you like Star Wars overall, because there's not that many good bootleg Star Wars figures of The Force Awakens, unfortunately. Previous movies, there's tons, but Force Awakens, not so much. And at this quality, so far, I think it's the best ones I've seen in bootleg area. If you've seen any better ones, let me know in the comments below, and I hope I do see better ones eventually. If you've enjoyed this video, found it useful, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, or leaving comments on how you feel about these sets or previous sets or any other Star Wars sets, bootleg, and what you want to see in the future on this channel. As always, you can check out my other LEGO Star Wars, official LEGO Star Wars and bootleg set reviews on this channel, as well as LEGO animation on my main Figure 318 channel. I have a few Star Wars shorts there. Hopefully you watch any of these videos without any ad block on. I would appreciate that a lot. And then you can check out Patreon, so I do more videos for you guys more often, spend more time on the videos, make them better as best as I can. But you don't have to do any of that. Most importantly, take care, have a nice day, and may the Force be with you.